Welcome back. Today's video is going to be my makeup low buy 5-month update. I am pretty excited. I've been doing this for 5 months and overall it is going very well. I will leave my makeup low buy intro video in the description box, and all of my monthly updates are in my makeup and consumerism playlist. My whole low buy is based on the number of products that I purchase, not so much the financial part of it. I don't have a set budget or anything, but I'm only allowed to buy a certain amount of products in each category of makeup. So you can check that out if you did not see that. Basically, I'm really happy with how this is going. I did end up keeping track of the financial part of it, and I did talk about in my Project Use It Up video how much I've spent exactly this year on makeup. So you can check that out if you are interested. This month, I'm just gonna tell you how it went, show you some of the products that I purchased, and let's get started. Alrighty, so overall, I'm still doing very well. I did buy more this month than I did other months. Everything is still within the means of my low buy. I did get quite a bit of makeup in PR this month, which was the first month since I started my low buy that I did get any PR products. And I mentioned last month, I've been very picky with what PR I accept. I only want to accept products in PR that are interesting to me and things I would actually be interested in purchasing myself. I did post a video earlier this week with some of the makeup that I'm wearing that I did get in PR, and I did reviews on those. And I was very excited about those because they were things that I would have been interested in purchasing myself. So it was exciting to test those out, but a lot of new makeup did come into my life this month. I did get a PR package from Shop Miss A, which I was really excited about that because I've been shopping on that website for 4 years. So for them to send me a PR package, I was very excited. So I did do a full face of best and worst of Shop Miss A, so you can check that out. And then I'll also link the video where I talk about the other products that I am wearing. So for the entire year, I am allowed to buy 8 eyeshadow palettes. So this month I did get this palette in PR, which is what I'm wearing today, and I did review in that video. And then I did also purchase 2 palettes myself. So these are palettes number 2 and number 3 that I am allowed to purchase out of the 8 for the year. So that means I could technically buy 5 more palettes. And like I said, PR for the color cosmetics does not count as a part of my low buy. So it was kind of a lot though to get 3 new palettes in 1 month, I will say. And I am very tempted to buy a new Natasha Denona Zendo palette, but having had 3 palettes come into my life this last month, it's kind of a lot, and I'm gonna kind of wait and see. It does look beautiful, and I've watched a lot of reviews on it, but I want to test out the palettes that I got this month and also use the other palettes that I have as well. So it is kind of a lot. The Sigma Warm Neutrals is one of the ones that I did purchase, and this was in my palette wishlist video that I did a couple months ago. Sigma had a 40% off sale, so I figured, all right, let's go ahead and get it. I've been wanting it. It is so beautiful. A lot of warm neutrals, but also a lot of these like burgundy kind of reddish pink shades. So personally, I really like this color story, and I think it's a bit more interesting than some of the other warm neutral palettes out there. And then I've talked about in other videos, I did get the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction, which I've wanted this palette for years. It is so beautiful. I'm very excited to use this. I've only used it twice so far, but I'm really happy that I finally got this. And this was 30% off on her website, and I also got a free gloss with a purchase. So my official lip product no buy has ended because I did finally get a lip product. I did also get some lip products in PR. Like I said, the PR doesn't technically count towards that, but I had a lot of new lip products come into my life this month as well, but I'm so happy to have another Pat McGrath gloss. So I got the one called Sunset Rose, and I had finished all of my Pat McGrath lip glosses. I finished 6 minis and 1 full size, and I really missed it. It is definitely my #1 formula. It is so smooth, so shiny. So the palette and the gloss together ended up being a 45% discount, which I can't complain about that. Like I said, my low buy is not a budget, but I've decided to keep track of my purchases, and overall this year, I really have not spent anywhere near as much as I have actually in the last 2 years on makeup. The other thing that I bought this month was a small size of the e.l.f. setting spray. I forgot to grab it, but I did purchase that as well. So the things that I bought were the Pat McGrath palette, the Sigma palette, the e.l.f. setting spray, and then the Pat McGrath gloss, which came with the purchase, but it's a full size, so I am counting. Like I said, a lot of new makeup did come into my life this month through the PR as well. But in a way, I was really excited to get to review some new products because that's not something I really do a lot on my channel, but I enjoyed it and I would like to be able to do more of that. So we'll see how it goes. But again, I don't want to accept products in PR that are not things that I would have been interested in on my own. So overall, this is going quite well. And again, I mean, compared to last year, I mean, this is a pretty good low buy for me. Last year I purchased quite a few palettes. I did want to try out a lot of brands though and try more from my favorite brands. So I really don't have many regrets from that, but I really want to enjoy the collection that I have. And getting 3 new palettes in a month was kind of a lot because I feel like I didn't really have time to use my other palettes. So yeah, and the new palettes that I bought, the Pat McGrath and Sigma, I've only used each of those twice since I purchased them, which is a little bit sad. So I could buy 5 more palettes for the year, but I just want to wait a little bit longer. And I talked myself out of some of the things that were on my wish list that I posted a couple months ago. At this point, the only palettes I'm truly interested in purchasing are the Natasha Denona Zendo. And I'm still thinking about the Biba. You know, I didn't put the Biba in that video because I'd kind of forgotten about it, but that is still one from her that I would really love to purchase. And so this is my second of the large Mothership palettes. I also have the Mothership 2 Sublime. And now that I have this one and, you know, remembered how amazing they are, I would still love to get the Divine Rose 2 and the Mothership 3. Those are the other two that I would really, really love. But again, I really want to try to wait. You know, as far as new palettes on the market, which came out with those new, I think it was called like Say It Out Loud palettes, swear words on them and all of that. And the reviews on those are really good. I don't know, they don't really interest me all that much. I don't know, nothing new has really interested me all that much as far as eyeshadow palettes other than the Zendo. I don't know, but I would also love a mid-size of the Retro palette. I never got the Mini Retro or the Mini Zendo. Even though I thought they were beautiful, I don't tend to reach for mini palettes. So I think if I got the mid-size Zendo, I just realized I know that I would use that more than a small palette. I just prefer kind of like mid-size palettes with more like 10 to 15 shades. I don't know. I just don't tend to reach for mini palettes, sadly. So I don't know, I'm gonna see how it goes, but I would love it if Natasha Denona did release a mid-size of the Retro. So overall, I am still very happy with how this is going, but like I said, a lot of new makeup did come into my life this month because I did buy those 2 palettes, and then I did also receive multiple PR packages, which is so unusual for me. That never happens. And like I said, I had gotten 0 makeup in PR earlier this year, so this month was a bit of an anomaly, but we'll kind of see how next month goes. You know, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try not to buy palettes though, at least for the next month. Again, I'm not totally convinced. The Natasha Denona and the Pat McGrath are really the only other things that are really interesting me right now. None of the other newer stuff on the market is really interesting me at this point. You know, but I really want to focus on the stuff that I did get in this last month, and I do want to use that. Yeah, so that is it for this video. Let us know how your low buys or no buys are going. If you do want to see more no buy related videos or low buy related videos, those are in my makeup and consumerism playlist. I have a lot of low buy tips and things like that. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.